If you're stepping into your first year as a band director and wondering, what do I do now? Then this video is your complete guide to everything you need to know before you start. I've been where you are, and I'm here to walk you through every step so that by the end of this video, you can start to lead with confidence and grow to be the best band director you can be from day one. Let's get into it. Three quick things as we get started. First off, this video covers a few different sections: rehearsal strategies, relationships, and program management. Second, there's a ton of value packed in this video, so chapters are available for you to reference back to certain things. And third, any of these tips I'm going to share in this video can be used whether you teach at an elementary school, junior high, or high school. Let's get into the first section, which is all about rehearsal strategies. As a first-year band director, selecting the right method book, warm-ups, and fundamental exercises is essential to building a strong foundation for your program. A method book serves as the structured curriculum that introduces students to essential skills in a logical, sequential order. A well-chosen method book aligns with your instructional goals, supports music literacy, and reinforces concepts like rhythm, tone production, and ensemble playing. Without this consistency, your rehearsals can quickly become disorganized, leading to gaps in student learning that are harder to fix later on. Choosing the right materials sets the tone for your teaching philosophy and helps students develop a disciplined, step-by-step approach to their musical growth. Equally important is establishing a daily routine of warm-ups and fundamentals that go beyond the method book. Incorporating fundamentals like breathing exercises, long tones, scales, articulations, intervals, timing, chorales, and sight reading into your daily rehearsals is essential for building a well-rounded band program, especially as a first-year band director. Breathing exercises help students develop breath control and support, which are crucial for tone production and phrasing. Long tones strengthen embouchure, increase endurance, and help students focus on producing a consistent, characteristic sound. Scales build technical facility, reinforce key signatures, and lay the foundation for tuning and finger dexterity across all instruments. Articulation exercises such as staccato, legato, and accents teach students to play with precision and stylistic clarity. Intervals help improve tuning, pitch awareness, and ear training, which directly translate into better ensemble intonation. Timing exercises for rhythmic precision is key for building a unified ensemble pulse, especially in younger groups that often struggle with rhythmic accuracy. Chorales are invaluable for teaching blend, balance, and musicality while also serving as a warm-up for tuning across sections. Sight reading is equally critical. It prepares students for contest situations, builds reading fluency, and encourages individual accountability. When these components are part of a regular rehearsal routine, they not only strengthen the individual skills of each musician, but also elevate the overall quality of the ensemble. As a first-year band director, embedding these fundamentals ensures your students are not just learning concert pieces. They're developing the essential skills they need to grow into confident, capable musicians. Choosing appropriate performance music is one of the most important and challenging decisions you'll make to ensure a successful year. Selecting music that matches your students' current skill level helps build confidence, promotes steady progress, and fosters a positive classroom environment. If the music is too difficult, students can become frustrated and disengaged, leading to poor morale and classroom management issues. On the other hand, music that is too easy can result in boredom and a lack of motivation. Striking the right balance ensures that students are challenged without being overwhelmed, allowing them to experience consistent wins that build their music ability and enthusiasm. Additionally, picking the right level of music reflects your understanding of pedagogy and leadership. As a new director, your concert literature and daily repertoire send a message about your expectations, your teaching approach, and the overall direction of the program. Music that is well suited to your ensembles not only helps your students grow, but also showcases their strength in performance settings, which builds pride among students, parents, and administrators. Carefully chosen music can elevate the reputation of your band program, create meaningful musical moments, and establish a strong foundation for long-term growth. Score study is one of the most essential practices you can develop to ensure successful and meaningful rehearsals. Taking the time to thoroughly analyze and internalize your concert repertoire allows you to understand the structure, phrasing, melodies, harmonies, key changes, and stylistic elements of each piece. This deep familiarity helps you anticipate challenges your students will face and prepares you to guide them through technical passages, dynamic shaping, and interpretive decisions with clarity and confidence. Score study is not just about knowing the notes, it's about uncovering the composer's intentions and discovering how each instrument contributes to the ensemble's overall sound and story. Effective rehearsal planning is built on this foundation. When you know your scores inside and out, you can create intentional, time-efficient rehearsal plans that target the specific needs of your ensemble. Instead of running through pieces aimlessly, you'll be able to break down sections with purpose, cue different sections with authority, and teach concepts that align with both the music and your fundamental curriculum goals. Score study also allows you to build a roadmap for long-term progress by setting achievable benchmarks and musical priorities. In short, strong score study helps turn your rehearsal space into a lab for musical growth where everyone is focused and productive. Establishing clear procedures for rehearsals is critical for first-year band directors, as it sets the tone for efficiency, responsibility, and respect for the rehearsal space. One of the most important routines to put in place involves setup and teardown. Students need to know exactly where chairs and stands go, how they should be arranged for each ensemble, and who is responsible for making it happen. This consistency prevents wasted time, minimizes confusion, and helps rehearsals start on time. It's equally important to define where instruments and cases should be stored during the rehearsal to avoid clutter, reduce the risk of damage, and ensure safe movement around the room. This could be instrument lockers, cabinets, or a designated storage room. Percussionists in particular benefit from structured expectations since their setup can often be the most complex and time-consuming. A useful strategy is to set a visible timer for percussion setup and teardown. This promotes a sense of urgency and builds accountability. Designate who sets up which instruments and where they go in the room, and train students to know where sticks, mallets, and auxiliary percussion are stored so everyone knows where to find what they need when they need it. When these procedures are in place and consistently followed, rehearsals can begin with focus and momentum rather than chaos and delay. Good rehearsal routines empower students, reinforce professionalism, and help first-year directors lead with confidence and structure. Setting clear rehearsal objectives each day is essential for maintaining structure, focus, and progress within each rehearsal. Walking into rehearsal with a specific plan, what sections of the piece you'll rehearse, which fundamental skills you'll address, and how you'll measure success keeps both you and your students accountable. Without clear goals, it's easy to fall into the trap of aimlessly rehearsing and letting your rehearsal time get away from you. Instead, having defined objectives ensures that every minute of your rehearsals serves a purpose and that students understand the expectations for their growth each day. Time management and pacing go hand in hand with these objectives. First-year directors quickly learn that rehearsals can slip away if they're not carefully structured. Avoid downtime by transitioning smoothly between activities and always keep students engaged, especially by maximizing their playtime. It's important not to get stuck rehearsing a section of a piece where most students are sitting idle. Instead, stagger your rehearsal time to cover parts of the music that involve small groups and the full ensemble to keep everyone involved the whole time. The way that I plan for rehearsals is by putting together a yearly calendar template on my laptop. I start by putting in every performance and school event for the entire school year. Once those are labeled on the correct dates, I fill in where I should start preparing music for each performance throughout the year and how much time we will need to make sure that music is performance ready. After that, I fill in fundamentals, warm-ups, and music from our method book. After all of that work is done, I can go to any day of the entire school year in my calendar and I will have a lesson plan that includes fundamentals and concert music based on where we are in the year. This way, I'm never guessing about what I should cover on any given day because I've mapped it all out before the school year starts. If you're interested in this type of a template for yourself, let me know in the comments and I can share it to you to edit on your own based on your own program. You can't just wing it when teaching daily lessons. Preparation is the key to making every rehearsal count, maintaining energy in the room, and building a band culture of efficiency, excitement, and continuous improvement. Classroom management is one of the most crucial skills for first-year band directors to develop as it directly impacts the learning environment and overall success of the program. Building strong relationships with students is the foundation. When students feel respected, seen, and valued, they are more likely to respond positively to expectations and corrections. Implementing a positive reinforcement system such as a house point system can further strengthen classroom culture by encouraging teamwork, motivation, and good behavior. I personally use a house point system for my middle school band, and it works tremendously well. If you'd like to see a more in-depth video about that, let me know in the comments. These proactive strategies help create a respectful and engaging atmosphere where students want to participate and improve. Effective classroom management also requires consistency and accountability. First-year band directors must familiarize themselves with their school's discipline policies and ensure they align their classroom expectations with them. Consequences for poor behavior should be clearly communicated, consistently applied, and followed through every time. Inconsistency undermines authority and sends mixed messages to students. By being fair, consistent, and predictable with consequences, while still focusing on building rapport, Directors create a balanced approach that fosters both discipline and trust. This structure allows rehearsals to run smoothly and the band room to remain a place of respect and productivity. Pay attention to your percussionists. As a percussionist myself, I'll be the first to admit that I fall short in this area from time to time. It's too easy to get caught up in what our wind players have to do when it comes to correct notes and rhythms, intonation, and producing a good tone, that we oftentimes just expect our percussionists to have everything together in the back of the ensemble. So much of the melodic and harmonic pieces come from the wind section, so a lot of our focus has to be on those things to make sure they are translating the way they need to. However, your percussionists play a critical role in the ensemble success and deserve just as much guidance and structure. They are the rhythmic backbone of the band a lot of the time. They're responsible for keeping time, creating musical color with different auxiliary and effects instruments, and supporting dynamics, especially during musical transitions. When percussionists are neglected, they can become disengaged, underprepared, and uncoordinated, leading to missed entrances, poor timing, and an unbalanced ensemble sound. Paying attention to your percussion section means giving them clear expectations, consistent feedback, and meaningful parts to play, even during warm-ups and fundamentals. Invest time in assigning specific parts, rotating instruments for skill development, and ensuring they understand their musical role in every piece. Make sure they have the proper equipment and understand how to use it correctly. When you treat percussionists with the same importance as wind players, they rise to the occasion, and your entire ensemble benefits from better cohesion and a more polished performance. Let's wrap up our section on rehearsal strategies with our last topic. Building a positive rehearsal culture is one of the most powerful things you can do to create a thriving and motivated ensemble. Celebrating wins, whether it's nailing a difficult passage, improving intonation, or simply having a focused rehearsal, helps students feel seen and valued. Acknowledging progress, even in small steps, reinforces that effort leads to growth and that every contribution matters. When directors make it a habit to recognize these moments, they foster an environment where students are excited to improve and take pride in their work. Equally important is showing appreciation and offering encouragement. Taking a moment at the end of rehearsals to thank students for their effort or point out specific moments of growth can build trust, respect, and morale. When it comes to areas that need improvement, an encouraging tone goes a long way. Instead of focusing only on what went wrong, highlight what is getting better and what students should keep working on. This balance of positivity and constructive feedback motivates students to take ownership of their learning and builds a culture where hard work, persistence, and teamwork are celebrated. If this video is bringing any value to you, be sure to let me know in the comments and hit that like button as well. Thank you for doing that, and let's move on to the next section, which is all about building relationships. Meeting with your school's previous band director is an invaluable step as a first-year band director, as it provides critical insight into the history, culture, and traditions of the program that you're inheriting. This conversation can offer clarity on what systems and routines worked well, what challenges there were, and what goals were previously set for the program. Understanding the program's past allows you to make informed decisions on how to move forward, rather than starting from scratch or unintentionally discarding things that were successful. It also helps you maintain a sense of continuity for the students, who often have strong emotional ties to their former director and need a respectful and smooth transition. Additionally, connecting with the former director builds professional rapport and can lead to a helpful mentoring relationship, especially during your first year. They can be a valuable resource for logistical information like budgeting, instrument inventory, community partnerships, and upcoming events that may already be in motion. Demonstrating humility and a willingness to learn from your predecessor also sets a positive tone with students, parents, and administrators, showing that your priority is the success of the program, not just personal change. Ultimately, this meeting can help you preserve the program's strengths while thoughtfully guiding it in a new direction under your leadership. As a first-year band director, one of the most important things you can do is establish strong relationships with your school administrators and office staff. These individuals are critical to the success of your program and can significantly impact your ability to run an effective and supportive learning environment. Administrators provide the leadership, resources, and approval needed for things like budgets, performance opportunities, and school policies. Your office staff often serve as the communication hub of the school, and they can be invaluable allies in managing logistics like scheduling, announcements, and paperwork. Meeting with these members of your school early on shows initiative and professionalism, helping to establish trust and open communication. These are the people that can make or break certain aspects in regards to the success of your program, so the relationship with them is everything. It's important to note that you shouldn't aim to get on the good side of these people for the sole purpose of getting things that you need for your program. If your interactions with them are strictly transactional, they're going to see through that pretty easily. The connections you make with these people should be genuine and should come from a place of authenticity and sincerity on your part. You work with these members of your school every day, so cultivating strong working relationships with them is essential to organically establishing trust and support from them. Custodians too play a vital but often underappreciated role. They ensure your band room, performance spaces, and storage areas are clean, safe, and functional. Developing a respectful and appreciative relationship with them goes a long way, especially when you need help setting up for concerts, moving equipment, or dealing with emergencies that may come up throughout the year. In short, showing respect and building rapport with all of these key school personnel not only reflects your professionalism, but also builds a solid support network that will help your band program thrive. Building strong relationships with other staff members at your school is crucial to your success within the school community. Teachers, support staff, and all other members of your school can be some of your biggest supporters, but only if they feel seen, respected, and appreciated. Taking the time to get to know them, attend staff events, and show genuine interest in their work fosters mutual respect and makes collaboration much easier. When staff members know who you are and understand the value of your band program, they're more likely to advocate for your students, offer support during conflicts, and help you navigate the culture of the school. Strong working relationships also help create a more positive and unified school environment. As the band director, your role often touches many different areas of the school: student discipline, scheduling, space usage, sports, and campus events. So having allies in various departments ensures smoother communication and cooperation. When issues arise, a solid network of relationships means you're not handling them alone. Whether it's getting help from custodians to move equipment or teaming up with classroom teachers to support a struggling student, your connections with staff will directly impact your ability to run an efficient, respected, and successful band program. Establishing strong relationships with coaches and athletic directors is vital for coordinating performance opportunities and fostering mutual respect between your programs. Marching band performances at football games and other athletic events are often some of the most visible and community-supported aspects of your entire band program. By communicating early and clearly with coaches and athletic staff, you can align schedules, understand expectations, and ensure that your band has the time and space it needs to succeed. This collaboration helps avoid last-minute conflicts, promotes smoother logistics, and reinforces the shared goal of enhancing school spirit and student involvement. Beyond scheduling, these relationships also help build a culture of teamwork between the arts and athletics. When coaches see that you're invested in supporting their events, they're more likely to reciprocate and encourage their athletes to respect and participate in your program. A positive relationship can lead to shared resources that bring students and the community together. As a new director, showing initiative and building bridges with the athletic department sets a tone of professionalism and partnership that benefits not only your band, but the entire school culture. Strong relationships with your feeder band directors is crucial to creating a consistent and thriving program. Whether you are starting out in an elementary, junior high, or high school program, it's important to establish where you fit in with your fellow directors. These directors are your direct link to the students who will either eventually join your program or leave your program. And collaborating with them helps ensure continuity in musical skills, expectations, and culture. Meeting early in the year to discuss goals, curriculum alignment, and communication strategies allows you to work as a unified team rather than isolated programs. When students experience a smooth and supportive transition from one level to the next, they are more likely to stay engaged and excited about continuing in band. Planning combined events such as joint concerts, district band events, or recruitment visits not only strengthens your communication with feeder schools, but also creates meaningful experiences for your students. These events allow younger students to see what they can look forward to, and these events also help older students serve as role models and ambassadors for your program. Combined performances can build community, showcase the growth of your program, and demonstrate the importance of music education to parents and administrators. As a new director, being proactive about these partnerships shows leadership and a long-term vision, laying the groundwork for a collaborative and successful band program across all grade levels. Connecting with other directors in your school district outside of your feeder schools is one of the smartest moves you can make as well. These fellow educators can become your greatest allies, offering advice, resources, and support that only other band directors truly understand. Whether it's tips on running a rehearsal, navigating your district's policies, or choosing literature that works well for your ensembles, veteran directors have been through what you're going through, and they're often more than willing to help. Building those relationships early creates a professional network that you can lean on when challenges inevitably come your way. These relationships also boost your visibility and credibility within the wider music education community. When you invest in connecting with your peers, you're not just improving your own teaching, you're strengthening the entire music education ecosystem that your students are a part of. Developing a strong relationship with your school district's visual and performing arts director is essential for aligning your program with broader district goals and accessing key resources. The VAPA Director often plays a crucial role in decisions about funding, scheduling, curriculum, and professional development opportunities. By introducing yourself early, expressing your vision, and keeping open lines of communication, you position yourself as a team player and advocate for your students. A strong relationship can lead to greater visibility for your program, increased support for your future plans, and a better understanding of how to navigate district procedures effectively. Your VAPA Director can also serve as a valuable mentor and connector within the district arts community. They often coordinate events, district-wide performances, and collaborations between schools, giving your band program more opportunities for growth and recognition. Establishing a good rapport with district leadership shows that you are proactive and professional, and it can help ensure that your needs are heard when it comes to budget discussions or staffing decisions. As a new director, building this relationship early can provide you with guidance, encouragement, and advocacy that will benefit both you and your program throughout the year. Meeting with your area administrators and learning directors is vital to establishing your presence within the school and district community. These individuals play a key role in shaping academic and extracurricular priorities, allocating resources, and advocating for programs within your district like band. Taking the initiative to introduce yourself, share your vision, and express your commitment to student growth helps build trust and open lines of communication early on. It also positions you as a proactive and professional educator who understands the importance of collaboration across departments and administrative levels. Inviting district administrators and learning directors to your band events is just as important as meeting with them. Their attendance not only shows students that their hard work is valued, but also reinforces the legitimacy and impact of your program. When district leaders witness the discipline, teamwork, and coordination involved in your performances, they're more likely to advocate for your needs, whether it's funding, scheduling flexibility, or staffing support. Regularly including them in your band community helps create a culture of visibility and appreciation, which can lead to greater support and long-term growth for your program. Building strong relationships with your band parents is essential to the success and sustainability of your program. Parents are not just audience members, they're partners in your students' musical journey. Responding promptly and professionally to messages and emails helps establish trust and shows that you value their time and involvement. Clear and consistent communication, especially about schedules, expectations, and upcoming events, helps reduce confusion and fosters a sense of transparency and trust. When parents feel informed and included, they are more likely to support the program, encourage their child's participation, and even volunteer their time or resources when needed. Equally important is taking the time to build rapport with parents at concerts, fundraisers, and school events. A simple thank you, a brief chat after a performance, or even a smile and handshake can go a long way in forming positive connections. These face-to-face interactions create a sense of community and help parents see you as approachable and invested in their child's success. Especially during your first year, these relationships lay the groundwork for future parent support. Whether it's forming your boosters, organizing trips, or simply creating a culture where the band program is seen as a valuable part of the school and local community. I've talked a lot about building relationships with adults, so now let's finish up this section of the video by talking about your students. One of the most powerful things you can do to build a strong, connected program is to be approachable, fun, and genuinely interested in your students as people, not just as musicians. When you take time to chat with your students before or after class or say hello in the hallway, you're sending a clear message to them. You matter here. These small everyday interactions go a long way in building trust and creating a safe, welcoming environment where students feel comfortable taking risks and growing musically. Students are far more likely to work hard for someone they feel seen by, and it all starts with showing up for them beyond the musical things that you all do every day. Adding moments of fun, humor, and casual connection makes your classroom a place that students want to be. Learning their names, interests, and personalities helps you build a culture where kids feel like they belong, and that's the hidden gem to retention and long-term success. The stronger your relationships, the easier it is to manage your classroom, motivate your students, and navigate the challenges that come with teaching. You're not just building a band program, you're building a family. And the time you invest in these little moments will accumulate day after day, year after year, giving you a band program that you can truly be proud of. That's 2 of our 3 sections done. We've covered a lot of ground so far, and if you'd like me to make more in-depth videos about any of these topics from this video, I'd be so grateful if you let me know in the comments. That tells me how I can plan my content to help you out in the best way possible. Thank you so much for doing that. Now let's move on to the final section of this video, which is all about program management. This is everything that needs to be done outside of rehearsals to ensure that your program runs smoothly. Reading books on how to be a better band director are an absolute game changer, and here are my top 3 recommendations. Habits of a Successful Band Director, Habits of a Successful Middle School Band Director, and The Art of Elementary Band Directing. These books have helped me so much in my career, and they've taught me so many things that I talk about here on my channel. Reading these books is one of the most impactful steps a first-year band director can take to lay a strong foundation for their whole career. These books break down the complexities of the band director role into practical, actionable steps that cover everything from rehearsal strategies and program building to leadership and communication. Rather than figuring everything out through trial and error, you can rely on the author's experiences to guide your decisions, helping you avoid common pitfalls and focus on what truly moves your program forward. What makes these books especially valuable is their emphasis on both musical and personal growth. The authors don't just talk about technical skills, they highlight the character, mindset, and professionalism that are essential for long-term success. As a first-year director, reading these books helps you set high standards for yourself and your students from day one. It encourages reflection, planning, and intentionality in your work, qualities that will not only make you a better teacher, but also a stronger leader within your school community. These books can serve as a steady mentor when you're still finding your footing and a reference you can return to throughout your career. I cannot recommend these enough. The original Habits book is geared more toward high school, the Middle School Habits book is obviously geared toward middle school, and Elementary Band Directing is obviously geared more toward elementary school. No matter what grade level you teach, there's so much value out of every single one of these books. I'll have links in the description for you to check them out yourself. The summer before starting your first year, conduct a thorough inventory of all of your woodwind, brass, and percussion instruments. This is critical for understanding the resources you have and what you'd like to have in the future. This also includes chairs, music stands, and all other things that students use during rehearsal on a daily basis. Knowing the condition and quantity of each instrument allows you to plan your instrumentation, assign instruments to students appropriately, and avoid surprises during the first few weeks of school. It also helps you determine what repairs or replacements are needed before students begin playing, which can prevent wasted rehearsal time and student frustration. A complete and accurate inventory sets you up for smooth instrument checkouts and better long-term organization of your program. In addition, having a detailed instrument inventory gives you a clear picture to present to your administration when requesting funds or support. Whether you're advocating for new instruments, repairs, or future purchases, being able to back up your requests with documented needs shows professionalism and initiative. It also helps with budgeting, grant writing, and communication with repair shops and music vendors. As a first-year director, taking ownership of your instrument inventory demonstrates that you are proactive, responsible, and invested in the success of every student in your band program. Another big thing you can do before the school year kicks off is to purge and organize your new office. You're likely inheriting years, sometimes decades, of materials, paperwork, supplies, and random clutter that may or may not serve your vision. Taking the time to go through everything helps you get a clear picture of what you actually have, what you need, and what's just taking up space. It's more than just cleaning, it's about creating a workspace that reflects your systems, your goals, and your way of running the program. A clean, functional office sets the tone for your organization and mindset all year long. An organized office also saves you time and stress when things get busy, which they absolutely will. When you know where your forms, scores, reads, and music copies are, you can focus more on teaching and less on scrambling to find things. Plus, it makes a professional impression on administrators, parents, and students who visit your office. Your office is the nerve center of your program, so start off strong by making it work for you. This is your home base now, and the cleaner and more organized it is, the more confident and in control you'll feel every day. Taking stock of your music library is an essential step in understanding the full scope of resources available to you. Your music library holds the history of your program, concert music, marching band shows, and pep tunes, warm-ups, solos, and more. And reviewing it early on helps you identify what pieces you can reuse, what might need to be replaced, and where you have gaps that need to be filled with appropriate music that fits the ensembles you have. It's also an opportunity to discover hidden gems or forgotten favorites that could be a perfect fit for your current ensembles. By cataloging and organizing your library, you gain control over one of the most valuable assets in your program and avoid unnecessary spending or duplication. Beyond organizing, knowing your library allows you to plan more strategically throughout the year. Instead of scrambling for music before each performance season, you'll already have a sense of what's available and appropriate for your students' ability levels. You'll also be able to build a more balanced and intentional curriculum, incorporating a mix of styles, composers, and difficulty levels. Taking stock of your music library empowers you to make thoughtful programming choices, honors the legacy of the program you're inheriting, and sets the stage for a smooth, well-planned year. As a first-year band director, clearly listing out your goals is essential for staying focused, organized, and intentional throughout the school year. With so many moving parts, schedules, performances, recruiting, classroom management, it's easy to get stuck in survival mode and lose sight of the bigger picture. Writing down your short-term and long-term goals helps you prioritize what matters most and track your progress along the way. Why did you choose this career, and what do you hope to achieve? Whether it's improving tone quality, increasing enrollment, planning a big trip, building a positive classroom culture, or taking your band to Grand Nationals, having a clear roadmap keeps you grounded and gives your work purpose beyond just getting through each day. Your goals also serve as a communication tool for your administration, students, and parents. When people see that you have a vision and a plan, they're more likely to trust your leadership and support your efforts. Goals help guide your decision-making and allow you to reflect meaningfully at the end of each semester or year. You'll be able to celebrate real progress, learn from what didn't work, and keep building a stronger, more intentional program year after year. As a new director, setting clear goals is how you move from surviving to thriving. Booking your school concerts early is one of the most critical tasks you'll take on as a first-year band director. These performances aren't just events. They're milestones that showcase your students' progress, boost your program's visibility, and help build trust with families and administrators. To ensure these concerts are successful, it's essential to meet with your administrators in the spring before the start of the next school year to secure dates on the calendar. This helps avoid scheduling conflicts with other major school or district events such as sports games, theater productions, testing dates, assemblies, or other band events from other schools in your district. The earlier you lock in your concert dates, the better chance you have of securing support and avoiding last-minute surprises. Keep in mind, if you are coming into a new position over summer, some of these dates may already be set and some of them may not. It's important to meet with your principal as soon as you can to double-check what is already booked and what still needs to be booked based on your performance plans for your first year. If your performances take place in a gym or multi-purpose room, additional logistics come into play like renting or borrowing chairs, music stands, and sometimes sound equipment. These resources often need to be reserved weeks or even months in advance, and it's your job to coordinate with custodial staff, office administrators, or district personnel to make sure everything is in place. Failing to plan ahead can lead to unnecessary stress and potentially diminish the impact of your students' hard work. Being proactive about booking your concerts and managing the setup shows your professionalism, earns respect from your school community, and sets a strong foundation for your entire program. Creating a well-organized master schedule is a crucial first step to set yourself and your program up for success. A master schedule serves as the backbone of your entire year, outlining performances, rehearsals, trips, fundraisers, and all other events in advance. With so many moving parts in a band program, planning early ensures that you can avoid scheduling conflicts with school-wide events, secure necessary resources, and communicate clearly with students, parents, and administrators. It also gives you a clear roadmap to follow, reducing stress during busy times of the year and allowing you to focus more on teaching and less on last-minute logistics. Having a comprehensive calendar also builds trust and credibility with your school community. Parents appreciate knowing important dates early so they can plan ahead, and administrators value a director who is proactive and organized. It also helps students develop responsibility as they can anticipate what's expected of them and prepare accordingly. Most importantly, a strong calendar reflects thoughtful planning and shows that you're intentional about your goals for the program. By mapping out your year from the start, you create a clear structure that supports both your teaching and the overall success of your band. Being familiar with your school's event calendar is essential for intentionally and effectively planning your band events. The calendar includes dates such as testing windows, faculty meetings, holidays, assemblies, rallies, and other school-wide activities that can directly impact your rehearsals, performances, or travel plans. By aligning your band schedule with the broader school calendar, you avoid conflicts, ensure better student attendance, and show respect for the school's overall priorities. This level of awareness demonstrates professionalism, strengthens your relationships with administrators, and helps you maximize participation and support for your band events throughout the year. Creating a band handbook is essential for establishing clear expectations, policies, and procedures within your program. A well-written handbook serves as a reference point for students, parents, and even administrators, outlining important policies such as grading, rehearsal etiquette, performance requirements, attendance, and behavior expectations. By putting these details in writing, you create transparency and reduce misunderstandings, which helps manage classroom discipline and fosters a sense of fairness and professionalism. It also signals to families that your program is organized and intentional, which builds trust and credibility from the start. Beyond day-to-day logistics, a handbook also communicates your program's vision, values, and culture. It can outline your goals for musical excellence, personal responsibility, and community involvement, giving students a sense of purpose and pride in being part of your band program. Including a calendar of events, contact information, and procedures for things like uniforms or instrument care helps everyone stay informed and prepared. Most importantly, having a handbook empowers you to lead with clarity and confidence, especially during your first year when setting a solid foundation is key to long-term success. Learning how to properly submit purchase orders for supplies like reeds, valve oil, method books, music, instruments, and other materials is crucial to keeping your program running smoothly. These items are the backbone of your daily instruction and performance preparation, and knowing how to order them through your school or district system ensures that your students always have what they need. Understanding the purchase order process, including deadlines, required forms, approval timelines, and budget codes, helps you avoid delays and keeps you from scrambling when essential supplies run out. It's not the most glamorous part of the job, but it's one of the most important behind-the-scenes jobs to be on top of. Being confident with purchase orders also demonstrates your professionalism and fiscal responsibility to your administration. When you can plan ahead, stay within your budget, and follow the correct procedures, you build trust with the people who approve your funding, and that trust can lead to more support down the road. It also gives you the freedom to expand your program strategically, whether you're replacing broken instruments, upgrading your music library, or stocking up on classroom supplies. The ability to efficiently manage purchases isn't just about ordering stuff. It's about maintaining a high-functioning program that's set up for long-term success with everything it needs whenever it needs it. One of the most practical steps you can take with inventory upkeep is finding reliable local instrument repair shops and sales vendors. Instruments will break, it's just part of the job. And having a go-to repair shop you can trust can save you major headaches throughout the year. Whether it's a stuck tuning slide, a broken woodwind key, or a drumhead that needs replacing, knowing who to call ensures your students aren't stuck without an instrument for longer than they need to be. A good repair shop can also help you assess the condition of your inventory at the beginning of the year and advise you on what needs immediate attention versus what can wait. Establishing a relationship with instrument sales vendors is equally important for purchasing reeds, mouthpieces, mallets, sticks, accessories, and even new instruments down the line. Vendors often offer school pricing, bulk discounts, and package deals that you wouldn't get from buying retail. They can also guide you through purchase orders, help put together quotes for administration, and keep you updated on new products or services that can benefit your program. Building these connections early on not only makes your job easier, it shows your students and administration that you're running your program professionally and proactively. Learning how to register your bands for festivals, competitions, and contests through your state music association and competition circuits is essential for exposing your students to high-quality performance experiences. These events provide valuable feedback from trained adjudicators, give your students a sense of purpose beyond the classroom, and help them grow as musicians by seeing how other bands perform from other schools. Understanding the registration process, deadlines, required documentation, fees, transportation, and repertoire guidelines ensures that your band is prepared and eligible to participate in these enriching opportunities. In California, where I teach, not only do I need to pay registration fees for festivals through our CMEA section, but I'm also required to renew my paid membership through the National Association for Music Education, or NAFME. Be sure to read your state section's guidelines to ensure that you hold all needed memberships in order to register. In addition to the educational benefits for your students, participating in these events elevates the visibility and credibility of your band program within your school and community. Registering for and attending sanctioned festivals shows that you are committed to excellence and willing to engage with the larger music education community. It also opens the door to all state ensembles, professional development opportunities, and state recognition for your program. Taking the time to learn these systems early on sets you up for smoother planning, greater student success, and a more connected and respected presence in the world of music education. Learning how to book buses and manage transportation for trips, festivals, contests, competitions, and other performances is a vital logistical skill that can make or break your events. Transportation often involves strict timelines, district policies, and coordination with multiple departments, so understanding the process early helps you avoid last-minute chaos. Whether it's securing a bus for a local parade or coordinating a multi-day trip for a marching competition, knowing who to contact, what forms to fill out, and how far in advance to plan ensures that your students arrive safely and on time with all necessary equipment in tow. Mastering transportation logistics also shows your administration and parents that you're organized, reliable, and capable of managing off-campus responsibilities. Providing clear communication about travel details in an itinerary, like departure times, expectations, and return plans, builds trust and helps families feel confident in your leadership. Plus, successful travel experiences open the door for more opportunities for your students, from regional festivals, statewide competitions, or even performances in different parts of the country. When you're on top of the transportation process, you can focus less on scrambling with paperwork and more on creating memorable, educational experiences that enrich your band program and bring your community together. Establishing a strong and supportive band booster organization is a game changer for the growth and sustainability of your program. Band boosters can provide the extra hands, funding, and logistical support you need to run successful events, fundraisers, trips, and performances. By organizing parents into a formal booster group with clear roles and goals, you create a structured support system that helps take pressure off of your shoulders so you can focus more on teaching and less on behind-the-scenes details. From selling concessions to chaperoning trips, boosters bring energy and resources that directly benefit your students. Beyond the help they provide, a committed booster group fosters a sense of community and pride around your band program. When families feel involved and connected, they're more likely to advocate for your program, support fundraising efforts, and celebrate student achievements alongside you. Establishing a positive, collaborative relationship with your boosters from day one builds trust and momentum that can last for years. Make sure to set clear expectations, communicate openly, and show appreciation consistently, because a strong booster program isn't just a luxury, it's a foundation for your band's long-term success. Learn to play the instruments you teach. If you're like me, then you took some college pedagogy classes during your music ed degree that focused on each of the families of instruments. Woodwinds, brass, strings, and percussion all had one semester each, where we had to learn as much as we could about each of the instruments in that family and some solutions to common issues that students might run into. If you're also like me, then not very much of that information stuck when it came to my first year of teaching. And that's not to say that those classes were taught poorly in any way, because I had amazing professors in my music ed program in college. But on top of those pedagogy classes, you also have other music ed classes, general ed classes, rehearsals and concerts for all of the ensembles you're in, observation hours, working a job, family life, and so much more. So you'd be forgiven for not remembering everything from college that was supposed to prepare you for your first year. Here's the solution. Taking instruments home to practice yourself is one of the biggest ways to build fluency on the instruments that your students play every day. If you know how to play them, then you can more confidently teach your students to play them. You're not expected to be a master of every instrument, but having hands-on experience will allow you to understand the mechanics of each instrument. This helps you speak the language of the instrument, identify common student struggles, and offer realistic solutions in rehearsal. You'll also find that it sharpens your ability to diagnose certain issues based on the common tendencies of the instrument. When you physically experience the challenges of a trumpet embouchure, clarinet fingerings, or snare drum technique versus timpani technique, your empathy increases, and so does your ability to communicate corrections and model properly. Practicing on your own also strengthens your credibility with students. When you can demonstrate a musical concept accurately, even if it's at a beginner level, you relate more to your students and they take your guidance more seriously. Let's wrap up our section on program management with our last topic. As a first-year band director, recruiting students into your program is critical to building and growing a successful program. Recruitment isn't just about increasing numbers, it's about generating excitement, fostering a love of music, and ensuring that your program has a sustainable pipeline of talent year after year. Without solid recruitment strategies, it becomes difficult to grow or even maintain your program, especially as older students leave your program. By actively engaging with younger students, visiting your elementary or middle school feeders, and creating a welcoming and fun image of your program, you set the stage for long-term success. Recruiting also helps shape the culture and identity of your band program. The students you bring in during your first year will become the core of your program and eventually its leaders. A strong, diverse, and motivated group of students can energize your rehearsals, improve the band's overall sound, and positively influence retention. Additionally, a thriving band program can attract support from administrators and the wider school community. By prioritizing recruitment early on, you demonstrate vision, leadership, and a commitment to growing something meaningful that will benefit both your students and your school for years to come. If you want to see more videos where I go more in depth on these topics, you can click or tap this playlist right here. If you're still watching, I truly appreciate it. And it's a reflection of how serious you are about becoming the best band director you can be. My hope is that knowing all of these skills from this video help you feel more aware of what will help you succeed and feel more confident about putting those things into action. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.